Shalom, shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bahashem Harakah Kodash my mouth. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS, and shalom to your brothers and sisters that's pushing the truth and sincerity. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse. I messed it. Verse 5. And when he had, I'm going to start at verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And that's talking about Esau. So that happened. The Lord, and, what is it? It says, let me grab it. Daniel 4:17. Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth from the kingdom of men, and give it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the base of the men. So, and that's what the Lord did. The Lord set up Esau, the base of men, the lowest. As people have different names for him. But the Lord, the point is that the Lord set them up to take power and peace from the earth. And he's given him the power to do that. And they did do that. And they did it over and over and time again. They did it through their paganism, through their military might, through their lies and deception, their heathen worship, everything. And they took peace from the earth. So ever since the hands was given into them, it says what? Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So he covered the faces of the judges. He hid artifacts, hid facts from the people, even his own people, and filled it up with lies. And the only way that people can fill stuff up with lies is if they know the truth. And Esau knows the truth. The Esau knows that he was given the earth. And even though they try to combat the Most High, either knowingly or unknowingly, they still have a judgment set for them. And I say that to say this. They have a judgment set, and no man can turn it back. And just because the Lord has said it. So, and there was an article that just came out, and I was talking with someone at work, and they were talking about how we were going into a recession. And one of the guys brought out the article saying that Japan dropped $22 trillion. Well, actually, I looked at it and I brought it up. I was like, yo, they just dropped $22 trillion of U.S. treasuries. And that's the same around the same talks of global discourse. Speaking of currency, speaking of recession, speaking of BRICS. And it just led into a flow of conversation. And I had educated one of the guys there. He was an Edomite, but cool dude. He's just an Edomite. But he was curious. And I was telling him, I was breaking it down to him. He was like, yo, that's interesting. And then I looked up the conversion of a brick, of the BRICS conversion to the USD. And the conversion, as of what I seen today, was $1 for every 14 and 57 cent in USD. So every $14 in USD is equivalent to, every $15 approximately is equivalent to one BRICS currency. And their currency is backed by oil, actual natural resources, gold, oil, so forth and so forth, whatever else they got. and the topic landed on, okay, it's going to be a recession. The topic landed on recession and it being a digital system. And he asked me specifically, he was saying that he had asked the question. It slipped my mind, but I'll probably remember it later. But I say that to say this, that the Lord has given Esau power to take peace from the earth. And ever since then, it has not been real peace. It says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. So it was given unto him a great sword. The Lord has did this, right? It was given into the hands of the wicked. And also in Daniel 4:17, he said, this is the matter of that the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in kingdom of men, and he giveth to whomsoever he will. And he did that. And he did that to show his glory, to show his power. The same thing he did with Pharaoh. All right, he made Pharaoh a gazing stock. He made it look like a chump. And then the whole known world at that time knew about the wonderful thing that the God of Israel did. And it says, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, come and see. And I behold, lo, a black horse. And he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand. So that's representing bondage, right? So at first it was physical. At first it was physical bondage with us coming in with the transatlantic slave trade, and even before then. But now, the time to come is going to be a digital bondage. A digital bondage to where they're going to move so quickly to try to bring in and usher in a new system that everybody they're going to try to force everybody to submit to, all in the name of innovation and trying to be the world power, because America's losing their hegemony in the earth. So what other way do they have? They have, getting with the times. And the reason why I say that is because America is lagging. America's lagging so far behind that businesses and even citizens are still using paper, fiat currency in order to do business, to send money, to get money, everything. And it's apparent that all these other countries are adopting cloud-based technology in order to pay bills, in order to pay businesses, to pay banks, bank to bank, like with China. They have the whatever it is. It slips my mind. QPay or something like that. They have that. You know, in Britain, I'm sure they have something. It slips my mind every time, but it's not important right now. But the important part is that America's lagging 10 steps behind in all these other countries, because all the other countries are starting to adopt modern technology in order to send and receive payment as quick as clicking a button. So what does that mean for the American people? Right? I put Richmond together. James 5:1, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for miseries that shall come upon you. All right, so with this whole recession talk, with Japan dumping these $22 trillion in treasuries, and to touch on the treasuries just for a second, the treasuries and the way that it was broken down, that the treasuries is what's used to keep the debt system. So think of treasuries as a good debt, and according to America's terms. Anytime that you see the national debt go up or whatever, stuff like that, it's because those treasury bonds or those treasuries are used to fuel the economy backed by interest. And what they do is whenever the 10-year or whenever that treasury bond is about to be, let's just say you have a treasury bond for 2-3 years or a CD for 2-3 years. Whenever that time comes, it could be, it's just a return on investment, just like how you finance anything. And just to put it in simple terms, you finance a car, you pay on that interest, yada yada, so forth, and then over time, pay back. And it's the same thing with the U.S. Treasuries, but in this form, it would be a form of investment for other countries. All right, so now that we touched on that, it says James 5:1, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. So all these countries dumping the U.S. Treasuries and their U.S. Treasuries, that means there's going to be an influx of fiat currency within the market, and with an influx of U.S. Influx or too many of a currency, it can cause a rise inflation. It can cause inflation. The rising of goods, and just because it's nothing to balance it out. So and I was saying as well, having a conversation with that guy, cool dude, just Edomite. He was saying that I was saying that, man, they've been dumping dollars for the longest. They had talks of dumping dollars, and they were dumping dollars for the longest. U.S. Treasuries, and slowly pulling their investments out, cashing in. Shit, they even took some of the assets away from Russia. It says your riches are corrupted and your garments are moth. Their riches are corrupted and their garments is moth-eaten, man. So the riches are corrupted and everything is moth-eaten, man. So their currency holds no real weight. It's not backed by anything tangible or even valuable. It's not really an asset. It's really more of a liability than an asset now. Because not only is America not producing anything, only thing that they can probably produce is probably war, cause more war and print more fiat currency. Because with this whole, with them dumping the U.S. Treasuries and stuff, that just shows that there's no real power behind it. Because they realize that, they do that, and then what can that cause? It could cause more sanctions. America could put more sanctions on these other countries and stuff. They could. And that's what they like to do, put tariffs and sanctions and stuff on there, on these nations. But what good does it do if they're just going to pull out of America's, if the investors are just going to pull it out and take their money out, man? They're going to cash in. They're going to cash in on their stuff. And I also got the treasury bond in simple terms, just in case I didn't explain it correctly. It says treasury bonds, often referred to as T-bonds, are long-term loans made to the U.S. government. When you buy a treasury bond, you're essentially lending money to the federal government. In return, the government agrees to pay you a fixed rate of interest every 6 months for the life of the bond. So so it's basically you lending money to the government. and it increases in value over time. So them cutting that off, man, and saying, nah, man, we want to pull out. So that's money that not only that is money that's not only is that an investor lost, but it also hurts the business, essentially. Because if you're in it for the long term, man, you keep and hold until it grows more and more and more and more and more. But if it's more of a liability than an asset, man, what you're gonna do? You're gonna sell it, just like any business person would. So, man, the riches are corrupted and their garments are moth-eaten. All of it is no real purpose no more. These other nations are seeing that America's skirt is lifted and it's over for them. It says, your gold and silver is cankered. The rust of them shall be a witness against you. You shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. And that's what they did. Even these billionaires, even these politicians that gain so much wealth off of the backs of taxes and market manipulation and, the whole nine, man. The whole nine. It says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which I reap are entered into the Lord of Sabaoth. So that's our cries, man. The children of Israel's cries has entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. And the Lord is hearing us. And what is he doing? He's moving furniture, as the bishop like to say. He's moving furniture. And they can't stop that shit. And it says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he doth not resist you. And that's what he did. He did that for years, hundreds of years, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. And we didn't resist. And he killed the just. The children of the promise. But now, this is the time where we're getting that. We're seeing the turnover. Not only are we seeing the fall of our enemy for century, but we're seeing the coming and the glory of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, because he's bringing this about. It says, be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth. Ye have long patience for it, until he receive the early and the latter rain. So the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is waiting for us. Yahweh Shai is waiting for us. The only thing we got left to go is, we got these prophecies that come to pass. As soon as these prophecies come to pass, and then we see everything. And then the Lord said, what? Look up, because your redemption draweth nigh. And this is a build-up of our Lord's coming. Get this real quick, right? Because I was thinking. It says Ecclesiastes 12. I'm going to get straight to the point. Verse 5, also when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. So that's talking about the time of great calamity, a great anguish. And in this sense, Jacob's trouble.